Okay, so I'm finally back, and what a better time to return to making videos than the release of Like A Dragon Gaiden. I might be doing a full my thoughts video on the game at some point, but for now, to put it shortly, I really loved this game. One thing I especially loved about it was the ending. We finally got to see what all the orphanage kids are up to now. On that note, can we even call them kids anymore? They've all grown up at this point and have jobs of their own. Time really does fly. Anyway, really sad scene aside, this is where the good stuff comes in. Earlier in the game, Kiryu talks about where he'd like to go for a vacation. He says he'd always wanted to go to Hawaii, because that's where Yumi said she wanted to get married. At Nanalo Hill Memorial Church. Which begs the question, was Yumi the woman Kiryu said he proposed to in that one Infinite Wealth clip? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. At the end of the game, Kiryu's finally allowed to go to Hawaii. But before that, Hanawa has some words for him. He gives Kiryu some new ID and a credit card under another new name, that being Taichi Suzuki. A clear callback to Yakuza 5 where Kiryu abandoned his life in Okinawa, become a taxi driver in Fukuoka under that very name. He tells Hanawa that he's already used that name, but Hanawa already knows. In fact, he hints that he may have even known him back then, and that he too is a man who erased his name. The more you think about this, the crazier it becomes. If we look at who voices Hanawa, his name is Hiroki Tochi. Now who else has Hiroki voiced before? None other than Yu Morinaga. My guess, along with a lot of other people's, is that Hanawa is actually Morinaga, going under a new name, having gone under complete facial reconstruction surgery and working as a Daidoji agent. After all, we never actually see what happens to Morinaga after Kiryu's part in Yakuza 5. He kinda just walks off. The florist says he's dead, and then Aizawa says he killed him. Not much concrete evidence. Speaking of Aizawa, if Hanawa really is revealed to be Morinaga in Infinite Wealth, could Aizawa return to meet him again? Still waiting on that rematch between Aizawa and Kiryu. Though in all honesty, he probably won't return. And if Hanawa isn't Morinaga, then who could he be? Nakajima? Wada? Mayumi? Okay, maybe not. Regardless, it'll be pretty exciting to see who exactly Hanawa was in Yakuza 5. If he even is a character that we saw in the game. Then finally, in the post-credits scene, we see Kiryu putting the ring down at Nanala Hill Memorial Church and walking away. To me, this represents Kiryu finally being able to move on from all this stuff that's built up, all the guilt, all the anguish. He can finally let go of it all. He knows that the orphanage is doing perfectly fine without him. He doesn't have to worry about them anymore. He's able to walk away from it all without it weighing down on his conscience. If that's the case, then I can tell Infinite Wealth's story is going to be so depressing, given that, you know. That'll be all for this video. I'm really glad to finally be back to making videos. If there's anything specific you'd like me to talk about when it comes to Gaiden, drop a comment below and I'll be sure to read it. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video.